All right, everyone. Welcome back for another FFT Unite Plus AI battle. So on top we have Juscal's team Lunar Frost version 2, and then on bottom we have Deltafiend's team Skycrag 6. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I've been showcasing these teams these past few days. But we're gonna have them slug it out with each other now. So for Juscal we have Caleb the Onion Knight, and I don't know what the fuck that was all about. Kizu the Samurai. Then yes, the Chemist. And Shashenka the Dark Behemoth. Now for Deltafiend, we have Cecil the Knight, Rosa the Priest, Rydia the Summoner, and Edge the Ninja. Yeah, my apologies. I just was a little bit caught off by that Windows confirmation thing. That's never happened before. There's no apps or anything running in the background, so it's kind of bizarre, but oh good. Really have no idea who's going to take this one, to be honest. I'm still really concerned about this Knight. He can still hit pretty damn hard, like over 200 damage. And again, with Knights having innate maintenance and defense up, it's really hard to kill them physically. And having said that, she might be the counter to it with draw. It's hard to say, because the rest of these guys are all physical damage. Physical, well, technically he's got elemental, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. Yeah, let's get right into the thick of it, though. We're going to go to... Let's go to the church. Yeah, if you're watching this, obviously, when it comes out today, Sunday, it should be up. But in the description below, I've actually created a Discord. You can check that out. It has all the resources, or many of the resources, I should say. I'll probably have a rough draft of the infographics. I'll stylize them throughout this week since I'm on vacation for another week and a half. But yeah, it'll be infographics. It's just, to make it easier to plan for teams and all that stuff. And obviously, the biggest thing, probably the biggest challenge I'm going to have, is the biggest challenge for me is probably going to be creating, getting all the specifications for the abilities. 99% of them really haven't changed all that much. But that's going to be the part that's going to be a bit of a struggle, is just making sure that those all function properly. Alright. What was that, 176 damage? Not too bad. Yeah. This ninja's probably dead, though. He's got rubber shoes. Yeah, pretty damn good damage. But yeah, that's the one thing, obviously. Ooh, Abyssal Blade, not bad. Now, keep in mind, that is 40 MP, so, the Knight isn't going to be able to just infinitely spam that. That's obviously from War of the Lions Dark Sword. Obviously, in that, it didn't have NP to it, but it's evadable and does a lot of damage, and it's a cone shape, too. That's actually one of the custom things for it, which is kind of nice. But 2 stops, that is not good. Will this kill? No, it does not kill the summoner. If she gets that summon off, we're going to be seeing some monster damage, but it doesn't look like that's going to be it. That stop rock was pretty massive. Mega Potion healing up the majority of that, and a double turn. Alright, so she should be dead here. Yeah, so that double stop, yeah, you can see with the massive AoE. That's why I'm going to have to... That's what's going to take time, is listing all the changes, vertical, whether it hits allies or foes. Just actually drafting all the information, because there are some skill sets that are changed, obviously. Some of the properties, again, like Punch Art, if not all, many of the abilities were given vertical increase. So because of that, because of the vertical increase, right, it's going to make overall Punch Art stronger. I have to kind of specify that stuff. But yeah, it looks like as if Juscal took that one pretty cleanly. I'll mention kind of before, but with this Knight, or with this Ninja not having any evasion at all, if he could just get sniped, for, what is that, 144 unavailable damage from this gunshot. Yeah, yeah, unfortunately, he's kind of frontlining right now, and he's just kind of getting screwed over because of it, but that's why, in my opinion, most ninja builds, I think, are better off with just evasion, so you can get in their face and disrupt them. It's not to say that you can't, it's just it's harder to, in my opinion, execute. Go to Napalm. I know it's MLAPAN, Napalm for backwards, but I don't know how the fuck to pronounce that. Pretty close quarters. Yeah, they're gonna be slugging it out. So let's first turn, not bad. And a crit! Wow, really good. That angel ring is helping out a bit. Yeah, but that putting them on the back foot like that is not the greatest thing. That samurai might. That's the keyword. Oh, Hamido too! Wow. So there's a lot of momentum going this time for and a crit! Wow, so this samurai has got a lot of work cut out for her. Yeah, but there's a lot of momentum now going for there's a lot of momentum going for Deltafiend. Getting a crit like that is huge. And if everybody can protect Shell, yeah, they're gonna be able to survive more easily. Fire 2. That's what magic AttackUP does for you, but wow, this is definitely different. And stop 51%. Wow, he's being fancy. I don't know if Don't Act is necessarily the play here, in my opinion. Yeah, that wall providing protect and shell was really good. But yeah, I think it's a little bit too bad. She's redirecting the stop to hit everyone. Or almost everyone, but wow, that could actually turn the tides. Looks like she's going for a Moogle? I'm not sure. Paralyze? Alright, so only the Dark Behemoth can be viably attacked. And wow, that was really good right there. Really good utilization. That was a really good utilization with like the lightning shield and rubber costume. Yeah, so there's some elemental synergy there. Not bad. Murasame, so it is 3v2, but yeah, that ninja is if he's not dealt with, he's just one hell of a disruptor. Yeah, that protect shell, it's doing its job as it should, just mitigating all that damage. Any stop procs? Yes, we do. All right, so Edge, he's bringing it. So not bad. I'll mention one thing as well. It's not applicable here, but because the Koga knife is Earth Elemental and it can cast Quake, anyone who has the float status, in particular like this summoner with Cherish, float makes you immune to Earth Elemental attacks. So what this means is that someone with a Koga knife, it shouldn't be doing any damage to anyone that has the float status. It doesn't really apply in this matchup with nobody having float, but that is one thing to keep in mind. So yeah, we're going to be going to our tiebreaker now. There's a lot of medium maps. You know, I'd say medium, but like a lot of it is ultimately dependent upon your movement and what your range is, like whether it's a gun, right? It's really hard to find that. So that's why we don't see a lot of them. I think throughout the course of this week, I also want to not just change some of the maps like no GSN to the coordinates. I also want to like kind of spice things up and change the starting positions for a lot of maps in general to kind of keep the variety going, to keep everybody on their toes with anticipation with how that's going to happen. Melt won't kill him, but the gunshot in conjunction with it should. Yeah, he shouldn't be getting that turn off. Hell Ivy does take him out. Yeah, so yeah, but the Grave of Balbanes, not too bad. Kiyomori, pretty good. But yeah, so that ninja. So this is where sometimes map positioning can screw you over in this case with that ninja being isolated. Because yeah, they're now on the back foot. Yeah, she has Protect and Shell. The question is, how much damage is this Fire 2 going to do? Pretty good. I mean, it's 1 for 1, but they're not going for revival at all. A little bit surprising. This Protect Shell was kind of a necessity for her to be able to survive. Any Abyssal Blades? Crushing Blow? Any stops? We do, yeah. So we're not going to be seeing any Elemental from that Onion Knight. Probably a draw right here, right? No, a heal, okay. Yeah, Mega Potion in conjunction with a Cure 1, it looks like. It's going to do some decent damage, but I wonder if she's going to go for Fire 2 here, just a regular spell. Yeah, that should be Fire 2. And again, with Magic AttackUP, we're going to see a volley hitting 3 people this time. And that's a raise 2. Pretty good. I don't think this will... Oh, it will kill. All right. Even with that Protect, I thought it wouldn't. Unholy Sacrifice, not bad. Yeah, he did do damage to himself, but with that defense up, it helps mitigate a chunk of that. And he luckily didn't get slowed. All right, so stop proc onto the... Ooh, a reflect, not bad. But yeah, that Dark Behemoth is probably the heavy hitter right now. That should be a cure spell. The question that's going to come up is... I was going to ask if that raise was going to go up before the don't act. It does. And he stops? No, good damage though, 285, not too bad. And he stops here. No, so that don't act is not going to get disrupted unless it somehow misses. And 60 MP, that's the one utilization of absorbed used MP. That's where it actually can be pretty good. Aerial Guard? Yeah, in this mod it provides float and Battle again, not too bad. It's got 15 it's got 15 weapon power. So 15 times 10, but there's also damage. There's also protect reducing that damage, so pretty good. Yeah, so the regen, she's back up on her feet. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I forgot. So because she has reflect, she can't oh wow, that was a nice reflect. That was a really good reflect onto that that samurai there. That was clutch. I kind of forgot about the fact that she's got the share, which is always reflect. So because of that, oh, Quake, nice, nice. We get to see it. Oh, he did dodge it though, but yeah, I was wondering why she wasn't using it, but because she's got reflect, she's not able to cast the raise too, and she's taken utilization of that reflect from her dead corpse. That is awesome. So she does have it in use even after death, before she goes to the afterlife. Wow. That was really clever of the priest right there. Yeah, so she didn't die in vain. Wow. That was something right there. 2 times in a row. That was just absolutely sexy. Especially the first time hitting that Dark Behemoth and then the Samurai. Oh, that was hot. Wow, that was something right there. And I was a little bit concerned with that ninja dying right off the bat, but wow. Yeah, so those, I don't know if that's going to be considered cool. The metagame, but yeah, very, very good use of reflect. I really like seeing that a lot. All right, well, with that said, I will see you guys tomorrow, or Monday, I should say, and I will try to create some teams from previous competitors and the spirit of them, just to have obviously a little bit more variety too. And again, if you're interested in creating teams, check the Discord below. You can submit your teams there. You can look up all the guides and stuff that'll help you team build. And yeah, if you're interested, yeah, be able to participate in the bloodshed. And you can obviously test everything yourself too if you want. But with that being said, yeah, I'll see you guys for tomorrow's video then. Take care. Until then, see you on the battlefield.